The rise and execution of Blitzkrieg, Germany's lightning war. In the early years of World War II, Germany introduced a revolutionary military tactic known as Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. This strategy, centered on speed, surprise, and overwhelming force, transformed the nature of warfare and brought stunning victories for the Nazis across Europe. Blitzkrieg was a carefully orchestrated combination of rapid tank movements, coordinated air support from the Luftwaffe, and highly disciplined infantry. From the humiliation of the Treaty of Versailles to the rapid conquest of France, Blitzkrieg was the culmination of years of preparation, innovation, and bold leadership. This video explores how Germany developed and executed this strategy, from its early trials in Poland to its triumphant execution in France. The Treaty of Versailles, signed after Germany's defeat in World War I, imposed harsh conditions on the German people. It limited Germany's army to just 100,000 men, stripped the country of significant territories, and demanded massive reparations. For many Germans, the treaty was a national humiliation, forcing them to cede land and accept full responsibility for the war. The loss of territory was particularly bitter, with regions like the Rhineland demilitarized and others ceded to Poland and Czechoslovakia. These conditions created widespread resentment, which Adolf Hitler exploited to rally the German people behind his vision of a restored and powerful Germany. He promised to overturn the Treaty of Versailles, reclaim lost lands, and build a German empire. Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party capitalized on the economic and political instability of the 1930s. Hitler's promises of national rejuvenation and economic security resonated with a population desperate for change. As soon as he rose to power in 1933, Hitler began rebuilding Germany's military in secret, violating the Treaty of Versailles. By 1935, Hitler had introduced compulsory military service and begun expanding Germany's army and air force. In 1936, he took the bold step of remilitarizing the Rhineland, gambling that Britain and France would avoid confrontation. These actions demonstrated the growing strength of the German military and Hitler's willingness to challenge international norms. Germany's ambitions became increasingly apparent in 1938 when Hitler annexed Austria in the Anschluss. The move was met with little resistance, as many Austrians welcomed unification with Germany. Later that year, Hitler demanded the Sudetenland, a German-speaking region of Czechoslovakia. However, Hitler's ambitions extended far beyond the Sudetenland. In March 1939, Germany invaded the rest of Czechoslovakia, revealing that Hitler was not merely interested in reclaiming German-speaking territories, but in expanding Germany's borders. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, marking the start of World War II. This campaign was the first true demonstration of Blitzkrieg tactics. German panzer divisions, supported by the Luftwaffe, overwhelmed Polish defenses with rapid movements and devastating airstrikes. The Polish army, though brave, was no match for Germany's modernized forces. Just 16 days later, the Soviet Union invaded Poland from the east, in accordance with the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a non-aggression agreement between Germany and the USSR. Poland was divided between the two powers, and by the end of September, the country had fallen. In response, Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 3, 1939, but their forces did little to challenge Germany during the early months of the war. This period became known as the Phony War, as the Allies prepared for Germany's next move. In April 1940, Germany turned its attention northward, launching simultaneous invasions of Denmark and Norway. Denmark surrendered within hours, recognizing the futility of resistance. Norway, however, became a more challenging target due to its strategic importance and Allied intervention. The Luftwaffe played a crucial role in Norway, using dive bombers to disrupt Allied efforts. By early May 1940, German forces had secured Norway, gaining access to critical iron ore supplies and control of the North Atlantic. This victory solidified Germany's dominance in Scandinavia and set the stage for its next major campaign. On May 10, 1940, Germany launched its assault on Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and France. The original German plan called for a frontal assault reminiscent of World War I. However, General Erich von Manstein proposed a bold alternative: a surprise attack through the Ardennes forest, a region the Allies believed was impassable for tanks. German forces quickly overwhelmed the Low Countries, with the Luftwaffe devastating cities like Rotterdam. While the Allies focused their defenses on Belgium, German panzer divisions poured through the Ardennes, crossing the Meuse River and breaking through French lines. The speed and coordination of the German attack left the Allies disorganized and unable to mount an effective defense. By May 20th, 1940, German forces reached the English Channel, cutting off the British Expeditionary Force, BEF, and French troops in northern France. Trapped, the Allies launched Operation Dynamo, a massive evacuation effort from Dunkirk. Over 330,000 soldiers were rescued, but the Allies lost vast amounts of equipment and territory. German forces continued their advance, and by mid-June, Paris fell. On June 22, 1940, France signed an armistice, dividing the country into a German-occupied zone in the north and a puppet government in the south, based in Vichy. The Blitzkrieg campaigns of 1939 and 1940 demonstrated the effectiveness of Germany's new approach to warfare. By combining speed, surprise, and overwhelming force, the Germans achieved victories that reshaped Europe's map. The Maginot Line, once thought to be an impregnable defense, had been bypassed entirely. However, Germany's rapid success also bred overconfidence. Hitler believed his military was unstoppable, setting the stage for more ambitious campaigns, including the planned invasion of Britain, Operation Sea Lion, and the eventual assault on the Soviet Union. Blitzkrieg revolutionized warfare, making traditional defensive strategies obsolete. Germany's swift and decisive victories in Poland, Scandinavia, and France marked the height of its power in World War II. Yet these victories came at a cost. They emboldened Hitler to pursue increasingly risky ventures, ultimately leading to Germany's downfall. As Britain prepared to resist and the Soviet Union loomed as a future adversary, the success of Blitzkrieg would soon be tested against the resilience of determined and resourceful enemies. What began as a lightning-fast campaign of conquest would eventually lead to a protracted and devastating global conflict.